Good morning class 10. Today we will do question number 3, 5 and 7 of exercise 13.2. Question number 3 is a gulab jamun consists sugar syrup up to about the 30% of its volume. Find approximately how much syrup would be found in 45 gulab jamuns, each shaped like a cylinder with two hemispherical ends with the length 5 cm and diameter is 2.8 cm. Now, according to the statement, the shape of the gulab jamun is like this. This is cylindrical in between and the two hemisphere on the end. Now, according to the question, its length is 5 cm and the diameter is 2.8 cm. It means the radius is 1.4 cm for here and same also for here 1.4. It means we can subtract 1.4 plus 1.4. It means 2.8 from 5 cm and it will be 2.2 cm. It means 2.2 cm will be the height of the cylinder. It means for the cylinder the radius is 1.4 cm and the height is 2.2 cm. Similarly for the hemispheres, radius is 1.4 cm. Now first of all I am going to find out the volume of one gulab jamun. Now the volume of one gulab jamun is equal to the volume of cylinder plus the volume of two hemispheres. Now the volume of cylinder is pi r square h plus 2 into 2 by 3 pi r cube. 2 by 3 pi r cube is the volume of one hemisphere, but there were two hemispheres, so I have multiplied it by 2. Now the value of r is same for both the cylindrical portion and the hemisphere, so I am taking pi r here as common. So in the bracket there will be h plus 4 by 3 r. Now put all the values. It means the value of r, h in this and solve. After solving we will get the volume will be 616 into 61 by 1500 centimeter cube, but it was the volume of one gulab jamun, but there are 45 gulab jamuns, so the volume of 45 gulab jamuns will be 45 multiply the volume of one gulab jamun. Now we have to find syrup needed. And according to the statement, the syrup is the 30% of the volume of the gulab jamuns. It means there are 45 gulab jamuns, so the syrup will be needed 30% of the volume of 45 gulab jamuns. It means 30% means 30 by 100 into this is the volume of 45 gulab jamuns. Now what we will do? We will solve it and after it will be 338.184 centimeter cube. I am giving the answer in centimeter cube. Now our second question, it means question number 5. What is this? A vessel is in the form of an inverted cone. Its height is 8 centimeter and the radius of its top, which is open, is 5 centimeter. It is filled with water up to the trim. When lead shots, each of which is a sphere of radius 0.5 centimeter, are dropped into the vessel, 1/4 of the water flows out. Find the number of the lead shots dropped in the vessel. Now, according to this, the vessel is in the form of the inverted cone and it is filled with the water up to the trim. Now, some spherical lead shots are dropped into it, so the water will flow out. Now how much water is coming out? That is 1/4 of the water is flowing out. Now for the conical portion, height is 8 centimeter, radius is 5 centimeter. I am writing here r1 because the radius of the cone is different from the radius of the spheres. So for sphere the radius r2 is 0.5 centimeter. Now the formula for the number of lead shots is equal to the volume of the water flows out divided by the volume of one lead shot. Now what is the volume of the water flows out? That is 1/4 of the volume of the cone. According to our statement, it is 1/4 of the water flows out, and the water is flowing from the cone. It means it will be the 1/4 of the volume of the water in cone. So I have written here 1/4 of the volume of cone. So put all the values here, and after this I have cut pi to pi, 3 to 3, and this 1/4 and 4, it will become 1/16. R1 square h by R2 cube. Now by putting all the values and after solving, I am getting 100. It means 100 lead shots dropped in the vessel. Now question number 7. A solid consisting of a right circular cone of height 120 cm and the radius 60 cm standing on a hemisphere of the radius 60 cm is placed upright in a right circular cylinder full of water such that it touches the bottom. Find the volume of the water left in the cylinder if the radius of the cylinder is 60 cm and its height is 180 cm. Now according to this statement, there is a one solid that is consisting a cylindrical cone, circular cone, which is in the height of 120 cm and the radius 60 cm, and that is standing on a hemisphere. See here, this is a cone that is standing on a hemisphere. The height of the cone is 120 cm, the radius is 60 cm. Similarly, for the hemispherical portion, the radius is 60 cm. Now, next, that is placed in a right circular cylinder that is full of water, and this is a cylinder, and this is full of water. Now, according to the statement, its height is 180 cm and its radius is 60 cm. So I have written for the cone, H1 means height of the cone is 120 cm, radius is 60 cm. For hemisphere, radius is 60 cm. For cylinder, H2 is it means the height of the cylinder is 180 cm and the radius is 60 cm. See here, the radius of all the solids is 60 cm and the height of the cone is different from the height of the cylinder. Now what we have to find out? We have to find the volume of the water left in the cylinder after putting this solid. It means it was full of water. When we will put the solid in the cylinder, that will it means water will flow out. Then after putting this in the cylinder, how much volume of the water will be left in the cylinder? We have to find this. Now the volume of the water left in the cylinder will be equal to the volume of cylinder minus volume of hemisphere minus volume of cone. Now pi r square h2 minus 2/3 pi r cube minus 1/3 pi r square h1. Now the radius is same, so I have taken pi r square as common. H2 minus 2/3 r minus 1/3 h1. This will be in the bracket. Put all the values and after solving it, I am getting in the last, it will be 1131428.57 centimeter cube. Now I have changed into meter cube. It is 1.13142857 meter cube, because in 1 meter cube it is 1000000 centimeter cube. Now in this way you can do question number 357 of exercise 13.2 in your fair notebook.